Okay, what we're going to do now is I put the movie symbol in here, and what I had to do is I previously only had one frame. And if I have only one frame, it's only going to play one, and then it's not going to do anything else. So what I had to do is I had to go to frame 70. And the reason I went to frame 70 and pressed F6 to make a last keyframe is because if I look at this video clip, and I can double click and it's going to open the video clip, you're going to see that this clip is 60 frames long to do the movement. Okay, so I needed 60 frames. So that's why I go to frame 70 and press F6. The other thing you're going to see is at the beginning, in frame number 1, this frame is the beginning of the video where I'm going to put my buttons. So in frame 1, the first thing I want to do is click on frame 1, and I want to go to the properties window, and I want to give it a name. The name I'm going to give frame 1 is main menu, because this is going to be my main menu. And it's now put a little green flag here, and it's named this as main menu. The next thing I want to do is I want to go to frame 10. I'm going to click on frame 10, and this is the skater video beginning. So I'm going to call it skater video. And when I press enter, you're going to see the little flag comes up, and because there's room, it's going to tell me what frame 10 is, which is the skater video. And from 1 to 70 is skater video. Sorry, 10 to 70 is the skater video. Okay, how do I put computer codes to tell the button what to do? So let's go back to frame 1. So in frame 1, what I want to tell the computer what to do is I don't want to click on the button, but I want to click on the frame. And so you'll see if I click on the button is highlighted with a little circle and a blue line around it to tell me that the button's highlighted. But if I click on the frame, you'll see nothing is selected. I'm going to go to actions, and here's where it's different. There's actions for frames, and there's actions for buttons. Right now, as I said, I selected only the frame, the little chiclet for number 1 here. So when I do an action on it, let me go back to my actions panel here. You'll see it's got a little chiclet right there with a dot on it, so I know I'm working with layer 1, frame 1, called main menu, and it tells me that it's called main menu in brackets there. So what I want to do is add an action here, and the action I want to put in this frame is to stop all movement. So I click here and I go to global functions, and then I click here to timeline control, and I click stop. I could have written the code. If you know ActionScript, you can just write the code stop parentheses semicolon. That would do the same thing. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to make it so on frame 70, I'm going to click on frame 70. And you're going to see I'm in my movies frame 70. I haven't named frame 10 to 69 as a movie, and frame 70 is the end of the movie. And what I want to put in frame 70 is I go global function, timeline control, and this time I want to go to the main menu. So I select go to and play, and it types in go to and play parentheses semicolon. And then where do I want it to go to? In quotation marks, I put the exact name of what I called it. And notice it's case sensitive. I have to put it exactly as I called it, which was capital M for main, capital M for menu. So now at frame 70, after it plays the skater video, it's going to go to frame number 1, called main menu. And by the way, I could have put just 1 here, and we'll go to frame 1. But I prefer to name things and actually put the exact name. That would be the better way to do it. Okay, so now it's going to go to the main menu. Okay, now the last thing I need to do is at frame 1, it's going to stop. So what I can do is I'm going to go back to my video, and I'm going to now select the button. You'll see the button is selected because there's a dot on here. And now I want to program for the button. So you'll see here I can select button. So button skater is selected. So I'm going to code now, not for the frame, because the frame says stop, don't do anything, but I'm going to code for the button action. And so it's different. It's not a chiclet. If I wanted to do the frame, I'd select one of these frames to do codes, but this is for the button. So what code do I want to do for the button? Well, the code for the button is I go global functions, but this time I want to do control functions. And the control function I want to do is the on. And so I click on. So when I clicked on the button, and you'll see now it's coding for button, skater button. And I want to say when I release the mouse. So when I release the mouse, and then it's got two curly brackets to say don't do anything. There's nothing in there. So I'm going to go back and put some more codes, and I'm going to say great. When I release the mouse of the button, so the button's on the mouse and I'm releasing it, what I want to do is global function timeline control, go to and play. And what do I want to play? I want to play, and in quotation marks, I'm going to type skater video, which is frame 10. I could say go to frame 10, but I just say skater video. Works better. Okay. So I can test the codes, and it says, great, the code has no errors. So now, let me test the video I just made. So control, test the movie. So here is frame 1. It stopped on frame 1. I hover over the button's got that built in. And when I click and press the button, it's going to go down. And when I release the button, the video is going to play. And it's going to play skater video. And at the end of skater video, the frame for frame 70 says, oh, go to and play frame 1 again. So it goes back to frame 1, and now it's going to play frame 1. And that is basically how I make a button that's going to play a video. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to frame 1. I'm going to make another button for another video. And then in my movies, I might go to frame, let's say 100, and put the second video in here by pressing F6 and importing another video to my library and so forth. And then I might call this, might be my snowboard video. And then I will make a button for snowboard video, and I'll do the exact same thing, but this time I'll say for that button, go to and play snowboard video. So that